you're looking for a good list of things that maybe you should buy right now, I think we got the list for you.
Yeah, we have like a ton of bottles we got to talk about, so we'll just go ahead and get straight to it.
Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we're going to talk about some things that maybe you should pick up now. I think they're worth drinking and worth having on your shelf.
Yeah, so, we talk a lot about, like the Wild Turkeys of the world, the Old Foresters of the world, the Heaven Hills of the world.
Yeah.
We try to talk about a couple distilleries that maybe, we have talked about all these bottles at some point in time, but we just kind of want to put them all in one big list. We reviewed, honestly, I think all of them.
Yeah.
Except for one. Two. We haven't reviewed two of them.
Okay.
But everything else we've legitimately reviewed, and we think they're all great.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's always looking for new things to put on their bourbon cart, their bourbon shelf, their closet, their car, whatever. I don't know, maybe not car, but whatever. So this is a pretty good little list to go with.
Yeah.
But make sure while you're here, you hit that like, subscribe, and notifications button. You guys have been really killing it here lately, so we appreciate it. Yeah. So continue to help.
All right. Well, let's just dive right in here then. Let's go. Just start right off the top
Leading off with one of my favorites on the little list.
Yeah, this here. Is this the pick, or is this just a?
Nope, this is just the small. This is the Nashville Bourbon Company. This is the small batch straight bourbon whiskey. Almost said bourbon rye. Cask strength. So this is 6 years old. This is fantastic. This, I didn't know what to expect whenever I tried it, and I absolutely loved it. This has been, I want to say, one of my little sweet surprises of the year so far.
I honestly think that Nashville Barrel has been a good surprise.
Yeah, I mean, they honestly,
in general, they have been. And so if you get the opportunity to pick up something from them, chances are it's going to be good.
Yeah.
The small batch is good. Mm-hmm. Some of the single barrels that are out there, some of the barrel picks that some of these stores have done are really good.
Agreed.
Just do yourself a favor. Don't turn your nose up at the old Nashville Barrel Company because I think it's good stuff that they're producing.
Well, and the other thing is, too, most people, whenever they think Nashville, they think MGP. This is actually Kentucky distillate.
Yeah, actually. So. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, since I'm just looking at things, again, the Still Austin. This one is the straight rye whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Such a good rye. Their bottle and bond rye. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Their cask strength rye. Fantastic. We talk about it. I mean, just Still Austin just does really good stuff. And
yeah, I agree.
It's affordable, and if it's in your area, you should do yourself a favor and pick it up. It's a good pretty much anything from Still Austin at this point is worth having on your shelf, and taking the opportunity to have.
So, you go a lot of different routes with Still Austin. I didn't want to pick one of their bottle and bonds that is seasonal, kind of like release.
Yeah. I would call those their kind of limited editions or whatever. So,
but I feel like their everyday rye whiskey is so freaking good. If you are a rye fan, it's kind of one of those I feel like if you're gonna have a bunch of rye whiskeys that you have to have, this has to be on that list.
Yes, I agree with that. I put a hurting on mine. Just
put hurting on that one.
Yeah, just so good. It is what it is. All right, let's go.
Oh yeah, one of the late contenders on the list. I almost didn't even put it on there, but then I won our best everyday bottle and bond.
It did. So again, benchmark. You're doing solid work. Not all of them are great, but this one
they all seem to do pretty good whenever we do these big blinds.
They all do a pretty good job.
I mean, they're normally top 5.
Yeah. I do think they hold up. This bonded one is super fantastic. I enjoy this one a whole lot. And for $20 or so, give or take a few dollars, it's a good one to have on your shelf.
I was shocked. I thought this would do well in our blind. I didn't think it would win.
Yeah.
And it won for both of us, right?
Yes, actually it did.
Which is wild that out of 15 bottles, or out of 15 samples that we had there, We both picked the exact same one.
Yeah.
That won it for us. But just overall, just what the Benchmark series does just highlights some really crazy, awesome, incredibly cheap whiskey.
Yeah.
And I know you can't find this in every single state, but you can find it pretty much everywhere, or you can find it online to buy.
Yes.
So I can't recommend this enough. I highly encourage you, if you have not got one of these yet, give it a shot because it's really good.
All right. Well, let's just get the big one out of the way.
We're just going to knock out all of Green River.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about Green River. We love them.
We know we've talked about Green River till we're blue in the face. But
we still hear from people that's like, hey, is Green River worth buying? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, without question. Their foolproof is awesome. The rye is amazing.
Yep.
They just, overall, they produce a lot of great stuff. And you can buy all these. You're a little bit over maybe $100 if you buy all of these. Like $120 or something. Yeah. I mean, for 4 bottles of whiskey,
the foolproof is what, 50? I think it's 49. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the most expensive out of them, I think.
It is.
So just overall, really great stuff. You can get the whole lineup. You can order it online. You can find it in most stores. Just a lot of opportunities to get it.
Yeah.
And like I said, we hear from a lot of people, hey, should we get this? Should we not? I'm like,
you should. You should. It should be some horseshoe bottle should be on your shelf at some point. It's
Fair.
Just worth having. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and bring out the next two. That is the 13th Colony, the bourbon, and the rye. Right?
Yep. So here's why I wanted to add it to this list. It was from you brought this up to me, and I think it's a very valid point. Whenever we reviewed the cask strength, we thought the cask strength was good, but we were like, we would rather have these two.
Yes, 100%.
I think these two are overall better.
Yeah.
Like I would rather have both these than that cask strength. It's not dogging on the cask strength. Just
But price-wise, you pretty much get these for the price of the cask strength. So
agreed. And then I started.
Two's not always better than one, but in some cases it is.
Some cases. And then whenever I started drinking on some of this rye, I was like, man, this rye is like stupid good. And I was drinking the bourbon. I'm like, this is also really good.
Yeah.
And just overall, some of their basic expressions that they have. I know everybody talks about the double oak. I know everybody talks about the anniversary bottle.
Yeah. And those are really, really good.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
But
double oak is.
But still, at the end of the day, this is still really great stuff. Really, really, it's just now kind of getting to our area.
Yeah.
So I don't know everybody's availability with it, so it might be a little hard, but I just wouldn't pass them up.
No. All right, next on the list is the old James E. Pepper barrel proof bourbon. Surprisingly enough, like I actually enjoyed this. I
enjoy it too.
I wasn't sure what to think about it. And it was at the Liquor Barn bar. And so I tasted it. I was like, I mean, I asked like 3 people before I actually bought a pour of it. I was like, I mean, what do y'all think about this? Like, I mean, the only thing I think about James Pepper is the 1776, and it is terrible. Yeah. And so I was like, well, I mean, and everybody I talked to was like, you know, honestly, this is really good for like what it is. It's really good. 104 proof, 105 proof.
105.2.
Yeah. And so like, it's just a really solid drinker, and it's 50-something bucks.
I bought it so long ago to review, and we haven't reviewed it yet. We need to get it done. I don't even remember what I paid for it.
I feel like it's 50-something bucks. Yeah, it's not
but
crazy.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. I've tried it multiple times now. Everybody says it's really good, and everybody's correct on it. So it's a nice, really pretty bottle. I think this will actually be like, because I don't think it's like crazy expensive. If I had to guess, it's like probably around $60.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like one of those perfect bottles, I bet, around the holiday time that people are going to want.
Yeah.
Because it's a very nice bottle.
It's very decanter feeling.
Yes. And the quality of the bourbon side of it.
It's so fantastic. Easy to drink. It's like, it's a really easy, smooth 105 proof whiskey. Nothing off-putting at all about it. It's really good. All right. And then
last two.
The last two are the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Bourbon and Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye.
So,
if you remember in the last video, I told you like this. They said this was going to be an everyday shelfer.
Pretty much is.
It pretty much
I think
is.
it's easier to find the rye than the
It
bourbon.
really is
Out of all
100%.
seriousness.
It really is way easier to find the rye than the bourbon.
And you can argue that the rye is better than the bourbon.
Yeah, it is. I think that is true.
I mean, I think that's a very, very, very fair comparison between the two.
Yeah.
Both these are excellent. Both of them at one point in time were both hard to find. Now they're much more findable.
Yeah.
And
these are probably the most expensive things on the list that we have.
Yeah, I think
but still, it's under $100. Really under $80. So.
Well, and the other reason why we put it on the list is because, you know, the bourbon wasn't easy to find for everybody, but now I'm starting to hear more that it is. So I just kind of want to, like, you know, make sure you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing blinds with the best of them, and this is arguably one of the best ryes on the market.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time. Don't even think about it. Just get one.
Yeah.
I will also say with the ryes, the lower proof ones I've liked a lot more than the higher proof ones.
I think I have a tendency. Yeah, I think I agree with that. And then, oh, never mind. That's not on the list. Everyday shelfer. If you saw what that was, then you enjoy it. No, for real. Tell us if what you've had on this, or even some things that you think are kind of buy worthy for just kind of some everyday stuff, some things that maybe other people sleep on that we can talk about maybe in the future as well. And until the next time,
we'll see you.
We'll see you.